Hi everyone, Ricky here. How are we today? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit sick. Seems I've calmed down with a bit of a cold, so I apologise in advance. I do need to drink. I'm drinking soft drinks, probably not the best for me, but look, screw it, YOLO. But today's video is all about a case study, how I've been marketing a new store that's about 3 weeks old since I've started marketing. In all honesty, it's about 4 or 5 because I didn't start marketing it for a few weeks, just got caught up with other stuff. But basically, been marketing it for less than 2 weeks on Facebook ads, and already gotten these results. In fact, this is just from today. It's actually, by the end of today, pretty much has hit just shy of 1,200, with about $200 ad spend in total. And I just wanted to more or less show that this is possible for everyone. And frankly, I've been putting the ads on autopilot. I haven't been just sort of blah, blah, blah. I do way too many things. And so frankly, I don't get time. And so it's just more, this is something that I'm just going to scale. I'll scale to 2K, to 3K. I've got things in the back end that I'll show you in future videos that you can do as well. And just sort of see how easy it is. Again, you stick to these niches. I always go a general niche, not a general store, because a general niche is general, but it's niche down. So what that more or less means is that your customers are more likely to actually add more products to their cart and buy. So like my average order value today, I think when I looked briefly, was about $65 per order, and that's how, I think it's something like that anyway, I don't know. And that's how you're able to hit these figures so easily. It's really not that hard. People say it's hard. There's a million different theories. It's a load of crap. I've been out most of today doing other things, and this was pretty much on autopilot. I'm going to show you my ads manager. Obviously, I'll have to blur out a few things here and there, but basically, I'll show you the ads manager and just sort of give you an idea again of just how easy it really is. I won't be showing you the actual ads, obviously, for obvious reasons. But basically, let's get into it. I just really wanted to make a short, quick video, just to one, show that I'm not talking crap, but two, also the fact of just really how easy it is. So if we jump into the ads manager, you can see here that I have it set to ads active only. If I change it, like what is it? I can't remember. I'm still highly profitable. $900 ad spend for 3.5K, so an overall of 4 ROAS. But I only want to look at my active ad sets because I was doing testing and taking it slow before I start scaling. With that being, bloody Steam. With that being said, so like you can see here that this pixel is actually in American time, so that's why you can see that these ads just launched. Have no spend on them. You can see here that I'm actually, oh jeez, pardon me, that I'm basically, yeah, so you can see those are in the learning phase. Sorry, just the sickness is not helping. You can see I'm testing at $3 ad sets. Now these at $3 ad sets are all lookalike audiences that I made through Shopify from a custom audience, and they're VC LLAs, 1 to 3% at the moment. I'm gonna tomorrow start testing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm gonna start making some ATC LLAs, and start testing them. Because I test so many things, that's why I do it at $3. $3 works well. When I'm testing heaps of ad sets. If I'm testing a few, I'll do 5. And you can see here that my automated rules kicked in. You can see which ad. That one. Sorry, I was looking at overall ad spend. But you can see here it's bumped it up to $3.60. which is 20% because it's gotten a sale. It's met the ROAS. As you can see, it's got insane ROAS there. Insane ROAS. And that's the thing with low ad sets, is that you're one sale and you get great ROAS. You can see here that these are close. 6 add to carts, if that would have got it. You can see very cheap cost per click, that because they're good targeted VCs. I'm targeting mainly Europe region for this, and the UK is performing really well. You can see here this one for $1.50 cost per purchase, with $3 spent for $153 back with 10 add to baskets. Anything over 1 to 1.5% click-through rate I consider good. And look, I don't really care anyway. You can see here that these ads are highly profitable. You can see scrolling down that these are my original interest targeting ads. They're at $10. These weird figures is because of the percentages increases, so ignore that. But anyway, you can see here that overall these have been running for quite a while. These all started as $5 ad sets, and these were duplicates at 10. But you can see here that for $18 I've got 90 back. Now I might kill that one soon if it doesn't start performing. It's only gotten 1 purchase. I at least want 2. That's just how I look at it. But you can see overall with the ad sets that are running that I've spent just shy of $500 and I've gotten 3,200 back. And about, I think out of that, I think it's about 1,800 profit. And again, there's an app that I'm going to configure for this store called Autometrics. Really handy for when you're scaling, because I'm lazy. That app allows you to connect your AliExpress account, your Facebook Pixel into Shopify, and I believe they're even integrating it with your admitted link for the 8% back, which I'll show you in the future. No one talks about that, I don't know why. And but basically it will help understand just at a glance that, okay, I'm 40% profitable, I'm profitable at all, or whatever. So I'm taking a very slow scale because I have multiple businesses that I run, and even this YouTube thing takes me time. I build websites, I do consulting, and I do this as well, partly just as a case study, but also partly because I enjoy it. Getting further into this anyway, these top ads are optimized a bit. These are different ad creatives. I'm trying to increase my profit margin on my ads, obviously with better click-through rate on these. So just starting them at $5 each. I always, when I do this, do 3 times the ad set again, as I've always said. That's why I started a low budget, because 1 or 2 or even 3 of these will do well, and then I'll just kill the rest and still be highly profitable. It just gives me 3 different pockets of this audience, and my audience is 8 million people. So I'm just gonna hit them, of all these people, how many impressions do I have? 70,000 people of 8 million, so it's, and this is what's good. Oh no, sorry, 85. And so this is what's good about slow scale. You're building passive income, you're getting the hang of it, and you're not stressing yourself out. So let's get into it anyway. So I want to show you the ads that, actually no, I haven't even looked at this ad. So I use some extra columns that I should add as well, a custom column, because the default ones that Facebook have are shit. Frankly, they're just they're not good for e-com. They're not good really for lead gen. They're not really good for anything. So I don't know why. I've never taken on the feedback of the community. But anyway, so I add some extra columns. So by default, you'll have a number of these, but you want to add in website purchase conversion value, purchases, link clicks, which means just the amount of link clicks. your purchase conversion value, how much that purchase was valued at, the ROAS being which is basically just how much you've spent and how much the purchase was divided by, and it'll give you a ROAS as a number. So, basically this one here, it's 51 ROAS because it's 153.47 divided by $3 gives that figure. And that's how ROAS. It's just a simple mathematical equation, but at a glance, again, just god damn, I'm feeling like crap. And so just as a glance to tell you how your campaign's running. Cost per click, again, you can see cost per click here. My cost per click is very, very cheap on average. So I'm not targeting America at the moment. Europe's doing really well for me, so I'm not going to change what's working. But anything under $1 is considered good. You can see here that all of them, look at this. If that got more sales, it'd be through the moon. But 19 cents to cold traffic is fantastic. That's just, in my opinion, fantastic. I've gotten 7 orders from it, from this one ad that's just slowly scaling. And I'm extremely happy with that. Only a 1.4% click-through rate, but that's one of the columns you want to add to, unique click-through rate. So basically what that is, I can't remember the mathematical equation. I think it's the amount of people, the amount of impressions divided by the amount of link clicks or something. And so, I'm not the best marketer in the world. There's people I see get 3-4%, but I don't really care. I'm profitable. I have my store, I like to go for higher purchase value than I do volume. One, it's less... it's less stressful. Especially, a lot of people out there that contact me just like that guy, starting on very minimal budgets because they have families, school commitments, and that's cool. Life can be a bitch. So basically, that's why I like this strategy, and I like to promote it to everyone because it's just a very effective way to get started. And you'll keep scaling. You just keep scaling. I'll hit $10,000 with a couple of $1,000 ad spend or something like that, and I'll be in complete control. I'll have enjoyed the journey, and that's the thing, is enjoy the journey. Okay, enjoy it. You're doing this, most likely most of you are doing this the same reason that I have, and it was to get out of the workforce and just live your own life. I will admit, it's hard. Once you get out of work, you want to work even harder because you're so worried about your bottom line. But that's why I like this strategy. It works well, and I want to teach this all to you. So yeah, cost per click, explain that. Website add to baskets, again, just at a glance. You can see, some great, that's why I'm going to make some add to basket LLA soon. And start scaling that. Again, I'm not in any rush. And eventually, once I hit 300 purchases, I will make some LLAs on purchase. And again, your link. So just make sure to have all of these. You can just scroll through. Most of this is hogwash for what we need. You don't even need to care about your video watch. Because we're doing carousel, or I am anyway. I don't worry about that. If you're doing video, you can worry about that then, but that would only be for if you're wanting to make a custom audience to make a lookalike or retargeting. So I only launched this one today, that one today, but let's go into the one which one's earned me the most amount of money. This one. So spent $122 for $750 in return. And the thing is, you're always going to get lower ROAS over time. Just inevitable. Your ad's going to do well, as you can see here, because it's on such a low budget. As the budget increases, the ROAS will decrease. That's why you do a slow scale, because if you just bump that budget right up, that ad could just end up costing you a lot of money. So let's get into this ad. Sorry. Funny, I just got an order. Anyway, so if we go down, so once you've set up your columns, you then want to set up, use your breakdown. You don't touch any of this. This is what you use to optimize your ads. And you use that to optimize your ads, and to understand the ad, duplicate it is what I always do. You never touch an ad that's doing well. You only duplicate it with the modifications, because you don't know, for some reason, that new ad, even though logically it should do better, it may do worse. And that's simply because the people you might hit might not convert for any reason. So, but if you have an ad that's working, duplicate it if you want to test other parts of that ad. Because the part with optimizing is you're removing the fat, right? You're removing the crap. And so the idea is that you start broad and then you narrow down. And that's why the hardest part is starting broad, because you're sort of questioning this, you're questioning that. So start broad and then navigate in, all right? So let's have a look at this ad. This will do it for all ads, actually. But anyway, let's do it. So if we go age, lucky you have a good PC, because otherwise this can just smash your CPU for some reason. So you can see here that I'm primarily targeting people that are aged 25 to 54. As I said before, I don't target 18 to 24-year-olds. Did I say 23? I'm sorry, I probably said 23. Sorry. 24 is what I meant. I do apologize for that. That's a mistake. So, because this is the new sort of segment. But anyway, let's go down and let's have a look at this. So we can see here with this ad, we got an $8.20 cost per purchase. Again, I'm getting about a $60 to $70 average order value. And I will be increasing that with retargeting, email marketing, site performance, and other website hacks that I am just introducing. So we can see here that on average, we've got a 6.1 ROAS, 25 to 34 being the top one. It has 3 purchases here, $183 in return for $28. Cost per click of $1.35, bit over $1, but look, it's still a pretty low, unique click-through rate. And you can actually see that with all my ads, but they're all profitable. But you can start to see correlation here. There might be some optimization that I need to do to further enhance this. You can see generally though that across all these 3 ads, that my audience that's converting the best is 35 to 44. And so you can see here $84 ad spend for $500 in return, pretty much. So, you know, a 5 to 6 ROAS. And again, look, it might be going down a little bit, but it's still doing well. So I'm not going to touch this ad until it gets beneath 2 ROAS, and then I'll kill it if it's doing bad. But you can see, I don't care. I've got good ROAS. For every dollar I spend, I'm getting $6 back. So theoretically, well, based off that, I'm not going to change this ad. I am going to optimize it by duplicating it if I wish. So what I would do is, whenever you're optimizing, basically there's a few ways you can do it, but to properly split test, you want to split test one thing. So change one thing in an ad. So if I were to do these ads, I would make an ad for 25, 34, 35, 44, 50, 45, 54. And I would duplicate each of those ages. Sorry. Duplicate them 3 times each to give myself 3 times the chance on a $5 budget. So $45 a day, guaranteed that 2 or 3 of those ads will start doing kill the bads after 48 hours. or unless their metrics for like cost per click is just horrendous, like $2 and above. Let the other ones run and start making me money. And you can see how then I'll optimize it further. But we can see what I've started doing. So we can see now gender. So mine are all women. So nothing to optimize there. Age and gender, nothing to optimize there. Business locations, I don't do anything there. Country. So this is where, as I said, I'm targeting the European region. So, France, Italy, all those places. So it's going to make my list extremely long. Okay. And Australia. I forgot about Australia. So you can see Australia's actually cost me $17 for nothing in return. So, I'm losing money there. But on the next one, it's got 2 purchases. And then on the other one, it's got nothing. So you can see how you can narrow these down. And I would, but they're working and I don't care. Again, I like to keep things simple. You can see, though, that each of these, the United Kingdom is doing the best for me. UK and United States are the 2 biggest countries in terms of audience on Facebook, followed by Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. In terms of first world countries, or tier 1. Cool story. So you can see here that again, United Kingdom, $65, $400 back, 22 add to carts, 6.2 return. We can see Italy's smashing it for me. For $5, I've gotten 3 purchases for $160 of $27 return per dollar. A low click-through rate, but again, what does it matter to me if I'm getting good ROAS? That's what I mean. There's people like whatever his name is. There's Ty Lopez, all these other big guys that I can't remember their names out there. But you don't need to compare yourself to them because just do it your own way and start low. That's what I mean. Like, I've shown you now how I make my ads, and now I'm showing you my case study and how I could optimize my ads. And I probably will optimize these ads, but I'm in no rush. I will, straight away, I can see here, I definitely will be split testing out United Kingdom. I will be split testing the ages. You can, DMA, I don't do anything there. Region is if you target a specific country. I've had it for campaigns in the United States where Texas is horribly hard to convert. I've had it where New York's hard to convert. You might want to take those regions out. You don't know. There might be some fan group in one of those states that might absolutely love your product for no reason at all. And don't question it. Impression device, I'm targeting mobiles. So we'll let this run. So you can see here that iPhone is very dominant. We can see that I'm getting some purchases on Android, but 95% of it, except for this one, is iPhone. We can see here, iPad, Android tablets very rarely convert. iPods, I don't even know many people that use them anymore. But you can see here, like that's ideal. Like I got for $1.55, 6 clicks and a $50 purchase for 26 cents a click, 5.5% unique click-through rate, which is insane. Because again, Facebook is a social media network. Most people are going to skip your ads. That is just inevitable. All right, so I have actually started. I've decided to start split testing based off mobile device, not country yet. I'm going to go mobile device, then age, then country, because that's just how I want to do it in this instance, and that's how I will do it. But you might be different. There's no one set path. When it comes to optimization, it's purely follow the data and your gut, okay? Just like I've said before, follow your gut. Don't think that you have to be absolutely perfect. I've made mistakes in ads and some reason it's worked. I've done things perfectly and it's not worked. So you just go with your gut, see where it flies, and if it doesn't fly well, then just move on. So, and then the last that I use is platform. So being Facebook and Instagram and Messenger. You can see here I have targeted Messenger for a few of these ads, and it's not really converted, but that's why I mean those were actually mistakes. But Facebook and Instagram are the only ones you need. You can see here that my audience is female, and it's doing extremely well on Instagram. You know, just all these sales, Instagram. You can see I got a rogue sale on Messenger, which I'm not complaining about. I want that ROAS forever. But you can see how it's just Instagram. Alright, so basically that's all there is to it. These are all ads running to cold traffic. And so that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to look at that data, and then you want to start optimizing. So I will start optimizing. I'm going to duplicate these ads. I have started taking out Facebook. Just because, I mean, Facebook, the pixel has started targeting Instagram anyway as the primary one. But, you know, that's a few dollars that I can throw to my other one. Over many ad sets, that can be $20, $30, $40, $50 that I can have in my back pocket. So, you know, I'm taking out Facebook, and I'm going to start optimizing specifically for iOS devices, and then just look at the data again and take it from there. Basically, that's as simple as it needs to be. It doesn't need to be difficult. You just look at the data, go with your gut feeling, use those metrics. Placement's not needed, that's not needed, product ID's not needed, time of day not needed, time of day in their time zone is not needed. There are all things that you can use. By action, never even looked at those, if I'm honest. So you just don't need them. The last thing I wanted to show you in today's video as part of the case study was I talked about DPA ads, and a number of people have asked me about that. So just 1 second and I will do that. Alright. So I've gone into my DPA ads, and I've currently got 3. I've just actually just got approved just then. Feeling horrible. You can see how they're in learning phase. That's just Facebook's method of saying that you need 50 purchases recommended before it can optimize. Don't think ill of that. It's nothing to worry about. DPA ads, the worst thing with DPA ads is they are a bit more expensive than a retargeting ad, being through a custom audience. But you do a fraction of the work and Facebook does the rest for you, and I'm happy to pay for that. So you can see here I've only been running these ads for 2 to 3 days. I made some mistakes early on, but I fixed it up. And anyway, we can see that I'm running them at $10 a day. Start with this one 14 because it's increased its budget through the automatic rules. I've just left it. You can see the major difference. The major difference is the click-through rate. So these people now know me. These people know that I'm a person. They know that I'm serious about selling something to them. They've looked at my website. They've looked at some products. And now they know who I am. They know I'm not just some scammer. So you can see immediately how big of a difference the DPA ads have for click-through rate. 10%. So for every 1 in 10 people see my ad, they click it. So the cost per click may not be as much because DPA ads aren't hitting as many people, because it's purely just retargeting based off the people that have already hit my pixel. Now, You can see I actually just made this ad before this video. Because of American time, I wanted to launch the ad. But you can see I looked at the data and what I've optimized for. So if we go in here, I optimized for age. Plus, I also optimized for platform. So we can see here, this one's had no sales, but it's had 13 add to baskets with a 10% click-through rate, which I'm extremely happy. Wow. I didn't notice that. Anyway, old people. 65 plus that one. But we can see here that predominantly my audience, again, from the pixel, because that's just what people I've hit initially, is in the 25 to 54 range. And so what I've decided is make a new ad, 25 to 54. And I have found that, funnily enough, obviously they're all going to be, wow, some men. I spent $3 for men. What? 25% click-through? What the hell? Okay, well, maybe he's after a present for his wife. I don't know. But anyway, that's funny. I need to optimize for that. Whatever, it's $3. I'll wear it. I'll just think of it as no coffee. I don't drink coffee anyway. But we can see here that that's what I'll optimize for. I didn't look at that. So there you go. Mistake made. Again, if I don't ever really want to optimize for country. I'll have a look at country. You can see here it's, wow. Huh. What? I've never seen that. Wow. In what? Croatia is that one. I know I have it blurred out, but in Croatia. Oh wait, no, I won't have it blurred out. Croatia, I reached one person and I got a click. If that would have been a purchase, that would have been my background. It's funny what you find. But again, you can see overall it's, wow. Belgium? Damn. I don't know why I have that. Anyway, but you can see here that I got an order from the United States. I'm not even tagging the United States. That's what's cool as well, is that someone from the United States clearly seen my ad and they decided to purchase. So good on them. Thumbs up, bro, if you're watching this video. But basically here, I don't want to optimize for country because I don't see any reason to. I want it to hit everyone. You want to optimize for things outside of country, okay? You want to optimize for age, gender, which I'm not doing, which I will be doing, impression device and platform. So if I have what I decided to do was impression device, because when it loads, you'll see that I've spent of that, you know, how much have I spent? $70. A third of that being, well, just under a third of that has been to about 20%, sorry, 25% has been to Android devices, and none of them are converted. Barely any add to carts, barely any. You know, you can see, look at that, I got 61 ROAS on iPad. I got, what? 13 add to baskets on desktop. Wow. Anyway. So I've decided, but it's not converting, so well, it doesn't matter. So it's funny actually how desktop's actually not doing bad. But in terms of add to baskets, that is, they're not converting to sales. So interesting. I don't know what to do there. I'm actually, this is the part where you start to doubt yourself. I mean, like, I miss this. This is sad, but this is all me being honest and trying to be transparent with you all. And you can see here that I make many mistakes. I mean, like $2 cost per click is shit, but 13 add to baskets, that's close. Anywho, the main important thing is purchases, right? So I'm going to stop getting off topic. So I've gotten 6 purchases here on iPhone. You can see it's all iOS devices. So what I've done is I've gone 25 to 54, taking out 65 plus so that nothing gets 55 plus so nothing gets wasted there, and I've made it so that it's iPhone. And the platform, see, I would have done it for Instagram, but you can see here that tiny amounts of ad spend on audience network, but that's been taken like out of all of this. We're talking a couple of dollars, but I've taken that out actually in the other ad. But you can see here that Facebook and Instagram actually doing quite well. You can see Facebook is actually doing better than Instagram on this one. And you can see that Facebook on that one is doing better than Instagram. So there might be something I split test in the future where I actually split test Facebook and Instagram, and just see where it goes. You know, like I can see that it's all iPhones, so I know that these are all iPhones. I know that it's 25 to 54 women, and what I don't know is which is still technically better, Instagram or Facebook. But right now, they're very similar. These two ads are exactly the same ads. It's just the return on ad spend. So that's basically it. I hope this has helped you in some regard. I wanted to also show you this because, again, I just wanted to show you that I'm not faking any of this. It is very simple. I am human, just like you. As you can see, I've made many mistakes just in this video already. So don't be afraid. Just always believe in yourself, okay? It might take... I've been doing this for over a year, and it took me a long time. And every step along the way, you will doubt yourself. Mindset becomes a very important thing. Doubt yourself. And that's why I read. I don't read as much as I'd like, but I read. I take my dog for a walk. I'm getting into meditation. Mindset's very important. So, anyway, my point is, don't ever doubt yourself. Keep it simple. As you can see here, keep it simple. And just keep going with it, okay? Start with women's fashion, women's jewelry, women's cosmetics. I did forget to mention another one, which was baby. I am very sorry about that. And if you really want, you can go general. But I would start with one of those 4 because you're in a niche. And that's how I'm able to get these very easily, because dropshipping is orientated towards products like that. Selling electronics through dropshipping, you can do. They have a high chance of not working, so you'll have a lot of returns. So I just steer clear of it. So that's why I like to do this, okay? But anyway, until tomorrow, I'd love it if you could drop a like, share, and comment below if you like this video, of course. And if you have any feedback, I want to hear from you all. I want to get to know you all better and help us all grow as a community, okay? So it's been an absolute pleasure. Like every other one, until tomorrow, talk to you then. Goodbye.